had a little bit of the COVID. Yeah, it was a 3-day wonder. This was the film I made at the height. I mean, I was a bit sort of feeling sorry for myself here. And I was in bed and I had a temperature and a sore throat and all that very, very red line there. But it's in what, I mean, I just sent that into the show to say, look, you know, this is how it's going. Happened, yeah. And people got very angry about it. Did you notice that, Lucy?
Why were they angry? Because you'd bothered to tweet about it at all, or because you weren't as ill as they wanted you to be?
Well, let me show you. I'll show you some of the tweets I got in response, because I think it's interesting to see what's out there. So bear in mind, all I said was, I'm feeling unwell. There's a lot of COVID about. Be careful if you're vulnerable. And I was feeling a bit sorry for myself. But I have been vaccinated. So this is Monica. So vaccines doesn't work. Well, they do. They make your immune system so weak you will catch COVID again and again. Each dose of vaccine will make things worse. So this is interesting, isn't it? There's a lot of this. Have you considered the possibility, this is Steve, the reason you're suffering is because you're vaccinated. Everyone I know who's boosted and caught COVID has suffered quite badly. Eric Blair, that's because you took the clot shot. Don't even think about banging on about face nappies. So this is a big anti-vax thing here. Then there's someone called Don't Censor Me, Bro. Your whole studio has contracted COVID. Are they all vaxxed? And yet they're all sick with COVID? I see this frequently. Let's just do a couple more, because they all say the same kind of thing. Why not come out and admit the jabs don't work? Matter says it's because of the jabs. That's why you've got COVID. Then it's a sarcasm here. How's this happen? Aren't you fully vaccinated? Doesn't it boost your immune system? Are you going to wake up? Volvic Viking says, I had COVID. After 2 years, I don't wear masks. I'm not vaccinated. The majority of my friends are vax. They've had it twice or more. I keep hearing the same story. OJ says, them jabs help, mate, I. And again, sarcasm. So your masks and jabs work well for you. Try connecting the dots. Lots of jabbed people getting COVID, while most unjabbed are not. So the idea, I'm just getting my head around this, is that you end up getting COVID because you've had the vaccine.
It's the polar opposite, surely, isn't it? If you listen to the scientists, the doctors, they all say that actually by having had the vaccine, you're able to recover a lot faster.
And here I am. I mean, I went ill on Saturday morning and I'm back on work on Friday.
Absolutely. You look fantastic.
I don't get it. What is this sort of misinformation thing, Lucy? What's it all about?
Well, I think some people do like to be contrary. It makes them visible. It makes them stand out from the crowd.
Right.
And we see this in a lot of different ways, but certainly the pandemic definitely amplified that. And also people feel that their point of view has a right to be heard. So you put something out on social media and that then invites other people psychologically to think, oh, my opinion is incredibly important and I'm going to put it out there. It might have no basis in fact, no basis in truth, but they feel that the important thing is that they can speak to you and they can communicate with you.
But they are angry. And this is the second time I've had COVID. So they say, well, you've had 3 vaccines and 2 bouts of COVID. I can't then say, well, the first time I had COVID, I hadn't been vaccinated. So that's quite an important point to make. And the second time, it was just a flyby. You know,
look at the recovery time. As you said, you're back at work, you're looking great, and I'm hoping that you're feeling a lot better than you were in that video. This, just for me, highlights how sad, unfortunately, social media is when it comes to spreading fake news. Because we know the vaccinations work, follow the science. I feel sorry for you because you're lying in bed, you know, you're feeling sorry for yourself as well, and then you're getting all of this abuse. I actually saw the abuse, and it was relentless.
Yeah, it was
incredible. How long ago did you have your vaccine? Because this is the myth that somehow, I think what we're used to having are vaccines in childhood that then confer lasting immunity. Whereas actually this is more like the flu vaccines, which we always knew was something that you were probably going to have every year. Now, I haven't had a flu vaccine, but I have had I've had 3 COVID vaccines, but they don't last forever.
No, exactly.
And the mistake is to imagine that it does. So some of those comments are just missing the mark.
And also, I should say as well, I appreciate I've probably been a bit lucky because I haven't had it badly either time I had it. So I do want to pay respect to the fact that we lost 150,000 souls in this country who did not recover from having it. And also, my dear colleague Storm is still off, still feeling pretty ropey with it. So.